Hi there, boys and girls. I hope you didn't stay up too late last night for the new year. Today we're going to read Little Miss Bossy. It's a story about changing our behavior and making good choices, or better choices if we're not making good choices. On Monday, Little Miss Bossy went for a walk. She met Mr. Nosy. "Where are you going?" he asked. "Mind your own business," she answered. Should you tell someone to mind their own business? No, that's not very polite. On Tuesday, she met Mr. Noisy. He was singing noisily, of course. "Shut up," she told him. Oh dear. Should you tell someone to shut up? That's not nice at all. You'll get in trouble for that. On Wednesday, she met Mr. Happy. He was smiling as usual. "Take that silly smile off your face," she said. Oh dear. As you can imagine, Little Miss Bossy wasn't very popular, to say the least. Would you tell someone to take that smile off their face? No, you wouldn't do that, would you? No. Now, little did Little Miss Bossy realize, but somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Nosy around. And that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy around. And that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Happy around. That somebody was Wilfred, the wizard, and he went home thinking, "Something really ought to be done about Little Miss Bossy," he thought to himself as he walked along. What would you do if you saw Little Miss Bossy being bossy? When he arrived home, he went straight to his library, and he took out a large red book down from his bookshelf. It was rather dusty, as it hadn't been read for some time. That's a lot of books. "Let's see now," he said to himself as he settled into his armchair. He turned to page 304. At the top of the page it said, "How to Stop People from Being Bossy." Wilfred the Wizard read the page very carefully. He shut the book and put it back on the bookshelf and grinned. A particularly wizardy sort of grin. The next day, which was Thursday, Little Miss Bossy met somebody who was fast asleep. As usual, Mr. Lazy. "Wake up," she said bossily, and she prodded him in the tummy. "Ouch," protested Mr. Lazy. But behind Little Miss Bossy, Wilfred the Wizard, who had been following her, said something, too, under his breath. A wizardy word he had learned from page 304. And do you know what happened? Suddenly, as if by magic, which it was, there appeared on Little Miss Bossy's feet a pair of boots. One minute they weren't there. The next minute they were. Little Miss Bossy looked down in alarm. They were magic boots, and being magic boots, they could speak to each other. "Hello, left," said the right boot. "Hello, right," said the left boot. "Ready when you are," said right. "Right," said left. And off they went. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, faster and faster, marching poor Little Miss Bossy along. Do you see the magic boots that can talk to each other? Little Miss Bossy couldn't do a thing about it. Mr. Lazy was very amused. "Well done, Wilfred," he chuckled. Wilfred winked. A wizardy wink. Those boots marched Little Miss Bossy for 5 miles. She was exhausted. "Ready, left?" said the right boot. "Ready," replied the left. "A 10, said right. "Shun," said left, and they came to a halt. Little Miss Bossy was quite out of breath. She tried to take off her boots, but it was impossible. Then along came Wilfred, the wizard. "Those," said Wilfred, pointing to the boots, "are only for people who are too bossy." "Make them go at once," cried Miss Bossy, stamping her foot. Well, at least she tried to stamp her foot, but the boot wouldn't. "We're out of stamps," chuckled Right. Left giggled. "You will do as I say," shouted little Miss Bossy. "Ready when you are," said Right. "Right away," replied Left. "Quick march!" And off they went again. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, for 10 more miles. And then they stopped again, and along came Wilfred, the wizard. "Make these stupid boots go away," shouted little Miss Bossy. Oh, don't say that either. "Only if you say the magic word," replied Wilfred. Miss Bossy thought, and she thought and thought again. "Please," she said. "That's better," smiled Wilfred, and he said a wizardy word from page 304 again, under his breath. The boots disappeared, as if by magic, which it was. "Now then," said Wilfred sternly, wagging his finger, "stop being bossy, or you know what will happen." Little Miss Bossy nodded, miserably. "Very well," smiled Wilfred, and then he left. And you know something? From then on until now, little Miss Bossy was a changed person. Not bossy at all. And you know why, don't you? You know what she's afraid of, don't you? She's afraid of bossy boots. The end. Little Miss Bossy. Now remember, I told you this is a story about making good choices or changing the way we behave if we're making bad choices. And did you notice at the beginning of the story how bossy little Miss Bossy was? And she didn't have very many friends. But at the end of the story, don't you think she has a lot more friends when she's not being bossy? We get to start a whole new year. Today is January 1st, New Year's Day. And you get to decide how you're going to act. Are you going to be bossy? Make poor choices? Or do you want to make better choices? I thought so. Better choices. That way you'll have a lot more friends and you'll have a lot more fun. I hope you enjoyed the story today. We'll read another one tomorrow. But don't forget, today is January 1st, and that means some of you are ready to start on your new January reading challenge. Every time you read a book, you get to color a snowflake. I think it snowed just for our class, just for our reading challenge. If you read 2 books, color 2 snowflakes. 3 books, color 3 snowflakes. Then you can bring it back to class. Don't forget to have mom or dad, your grown-up, sign it, and you can get a prize from the treasure chest. All right, have a great January 1st, a start to our new year. See you later. Bye-bye. Make good choices. Listen to mom and dad. Don't be bossy with brother and sister, or mom and dad. It won't end well with you. Make good choices and listen. Remember those nice words, the magic words.